And there is a figurative origin to it. They say قِيلَ أَصْلُهُ مَنْ قَامَتِ الْحَرْبَ عَلَى سَاقٍ أَيْ ظَهَرَتِ الشِّدَّةُ. The one, when somebody shows their ankle, meaning they're marching towards the enemy, and they rise, their pant or whatever rises as they're running towards the enemy, the ankle is exposed, which means they're about to attack. That's one way it's implied. Another is, it's some form of Allah Azza wa Jal showing His tajalli on Judgment Day, showing His glory on Judgment Day that we cannot understand now. So we just leave it be, يَوْمَ يُكْشَفُ عَنْ سَاقٍ. But when Allah manifests His glory and His power, then وَيُدْعَوْنَ إِلَى السُّجُودِ, and they will be called to do sajda. When people see the glory of Allah, people are going to fall in sajda. But these people, فَلَا يَسْتَطِيعُونَ, even though they're going to be called to sajda, they won't be able to do it. Allah will not give them the ability to do sajda even when His glory is manifest. خَاشِعَةً أَبْصَارُهُمْ, their eyes are going to be filled with terror. خَاشِعَةً أَبْصَارُهُمْ تَرْهَقُهُمْ ذِلَّةً, humiliation and burdens. Burdens, back-breaking, back-bending burdens are going to get piled over and over and over them, one after the other. Rahaq is layers of burdens. رَحَقَهُ الْأَمْرِ, they say when you have too many problems and you're buried under them. Rahaqa, this issue buried him. He can't deal with it. تَرْحَقُهُمْ ذِلَّةً, these back-breaking burdens are going to stack up on top of them. وَكَانُوا يُدْعَوْنَ إِلَى السُّجُودِ, and these وَقَدْ كَانُوا يُدْعَوْنَ إِلَى السُّجُودِ, and these were the very people that used to be invited to do sajda. They used to be invited to put their pride down. وَهُمْ سَالِمُونَ, and they were well and sound. They were totally fine. They were completely capable of doing so. فَذَرْنِي, meaning Allah says now they're impaired, right? Now they're paralyzed, they can't make sajda. But they were salim before, they were totally fine before, when they had the option of making sajda. فَذَرْنِي, then leave me. وَمَنْ يُكَذِّبُ بِهَذَا الْحَدِيثِ, and whoever lies against this speech, whoever calls this speech a lie, leave me and him. You know, this leave me is actually one of the worst manifestations of anger. Allah says, leave me with this one, let me deal with him myself. SubhanAllah. سَنَسْتَدْرِجُهُمْ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ, we will raise them rank by rank by rank, take them up the ladder little by little by little, from where they won't even know. This concept of istidraj is something that got coined in Islamic philosophy, and scholars talk about it often. Daraja in Arabic is to go up the stairs. Daraka is to go down the stairs. So when you're going levels and levels and levels lower, then daraka. Like إِنَّ الْمُنَافِقِينَ فِي الدَّرْكِ الْأَسْفَلِ مِنَ النَّارِ, right? But darajat, يَرْفَعِ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنْكُمْ وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ darajat. Daraja goes up, daraka goes down. Now, nastadrijuhum is to slowly take someone up the ranks. So this guy has wealth, Allah gives him more wealth, more power, more status, more wealth, more power, more status. And the more wealth he gets, the more sins he does. The more power he gets, the more sins he does. The more opportunity he gets, the more evil he does. And Allah says, do it, go ahead, do it. Take more, take more, take more. We will bring them up. And by the way, the higher up you go, and then the ladder is pulled from underneath you, the harder your crash. So Allah says, leave me with him. Let him do some more. Let him dig his hole deeper. مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ وَأُمْلِي لَهُمْ, and I will fill them with hope. I will fill them with hope. And I will give them extra time. Amla yumli also means I'll give them extra time. Inna kaydi mateen. My plot, my plan and my scheme against them is powerful. It's unbreakable. Mateen is used for they say hablun mateen, a rope that can't be cut. A rope that doesn't break, like the anchor to a ship. It doesn't break, that's mateen. Okay? So, inna kaydi mateen, my plan is undamageable. Am tas'aluhum ajran? Are you asking them for money? When you give da'wah to them, you recite Quran to them at the end. You know when poets used to recite, they used to ask, spare change please. Nowadays you go to certain cities, you'll have a guy playing the violin or singing a song and he's got this box in front of him, people throw coins in there. Right? You think you're just doing this for their entertainment? Am tas'aluhum ajran? Are you asking them for compensation? فَهُمْ مِنْ مَغْرَبٍ مُثْقَلُونَ, and out of the penalty that you have to pay, maghram, like gharama, maghram, the penalty, there are burdens so heavily by it, that the burden is so much, you ask for so much money in exchange for your recitation, your performance. أَمْ عِنْدَهُمُ الْغَيْبِ, or is it the case that they own some part of the unseen? فَهُمْ يَكْتُبُونَ, then they get to write what's going to happen. فَاصْبِرْ لِحُكْمِ رَبِّكَ, then you just remain patient until the verdict of your master comes. I translated the word until, even though you don't see hatta here, because this lam, fasbir li hukmi rabbik, this is actually the same kind of lam that was there. I didn't discuss it in Surah Al-Talaq. Li'iddatihinna. Okay? This is called lam at-tawqit. Lam at-tawqit, to give deadlines. So be patient until the command of your master comes. وَلَا تَكُنْ كَصَاحِبِ الْحُوتِ. And don't be like the person, the accompanier of the whale. Sahib al-Hut. Who's being referred to? Yeah, Yunus alayhi salam. Don't be like him. You know, Yunus alayhi salam, his other name is Dhunnun. His other name is Dhunnun. And Noon is one of the old words in Arabic for whale. The surah began Noon. It ends with Dhunnun. There's a consistency between where it begins and where it ends too. Anyhow, كَصَاحِبِ الْحُوتِ إِذْ نَادَى وَهُوَ مَكْظُومٌ. When he made a call, and he was completely swallowed. Swallowed by what? The whale. لَوْلَا أَن تَدَارَكَهُ نِعْمَةٌ مِّن رَبِّهِ. Had it not been for a favor from his master that took care of him, that let him come down. Tadaraka, daraka. Now daraja sanastadriju was on the one hand, tadaraka, to let him come down from the belly of the whale. لَنُبِذَ بِالْعَرَاءِ. He would have definitely been thrown in the nakedness. Bil-ara means he himself, also the land he would have been thrown in would have been completely barren, with no food or water, meaning the whale could have dropped him off and regurgitated him on a desert island where there's no food. And he could have been destroyed that way. وَهُوَ مَذْمُومٌ. And even then he would have been blameworthy. Even then he would have been blameworthy. فَاجْتَبَاهُ رَبُّهُ. But no, his master chose him for the good qualities that he had. فَاجْتَبَاهُ رَبُّهُ. Ijtiba means to choose somebody because of their good qualities. فَجَعَلَهُ مِنَ الصَّالِحِينَ. Then he made him from among those that are righteous. وَإِن يَكَادُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا لَيُزْلِقُونَكَ بِأَبْصَارِهِمْ. And it's almost as though those who disbelieve, they want to make you slip with their eyes. Azlaqa is to look at somebody like so intimidating, like you're about to attack them, and you become so conscious of the fact that you're looking at them, you trip over something because of the way they're looking at you. Like, is that guy looking at you? They're all staring at the Prophet ﷺ. And this looking itself is one of the great manifestations in Quran of pride. The way you look at someone. Just the way you look at someone is mentioned in multiple occasions. The facial expressions you have when you look at someone. نَظَرَ وَبَصَرَ. He looked at him and he just kind of stared, you know. ثُمَّ فَكَّرَ وَقَدَّرَ. Then he thought about it, made some calculations. Here لَيُزْلِقُونَكَ بِأَبْصَارِهِمْ. They look at you, they want you to make you fall out of fear because of the intimidating look that they give you. It says that the eyes say it all. لَمَّا سَمِعُوا الذِّكْرِ. When they hear the reminder, the ultimate reminder. They say this, Allah mentions this because, you know, when the way people look at you, they can insult you without saying a word. Just by looking at you a certain way. Oh, here he goes again. Roll the eyes. Hateful eyes, hateful glares, stares, you know. And you can sense them. You can tell when somebody's looking at you hatefully, you know. So Allah says, Allah even captures that crime. One crime is they call him insane. But before they even open their mouth, they've committed a crime by even looking at you the wrong way. لَيُزْلِقُونَكَ بِأَبْصَارِهِمْ لَمَّا سَمِعُوا الذِّكْرَ وَيَقُولُونَ إِنَّهُ لَمَجْنُونَ. And they say, no doubt he's insane. He's lost his mind. A jinn has possessed him. His intellect has been overshadowed. جَنَّ عَلَيْهِ عَقْلُهُ جَنَّ عَلَى عَقْلِهِ. Something has covered his intellect. وَمَا هُوَ إِلَّا ذِكْرٌ لِلْعَالَمِينَ. It is nothing but a remembrance for all nations and all peoples. I'll conclude with a couple of comments. Allah gave His Messenger ﷺ consolation that he's not insane at all. And He gave him proof for that in the very beginning of the surah. At the end He mentions that they call you insane. He brought back the subject of insanity again. But He brought it back in such a beautiful way. Allah has already relieved the Prophet ﷺ of this thought. Allah has already consoled him by telling him, you're not insane at all. So now it doesn't matter if they say you're insane. So by the end, when they call him insane, it doesn't really hurt him anymore. Because he's already been reaffirmed and reassured by Allah Azza wa Jal Himself. The other beautiful thing here is, again, just like we saw before, There are two parts of guidance. There's the messenger and the message. They're inseparable. The surah began by highlighting the power of the message itself, the messenger himself. وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَى خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ. It was the messenger himself. But the surah ends by highlighting the Quran itself. وَمَا هُوَ إِلَّا ذِكْرٌ لِلْعَالَمِينَ. It's nothing but a reminder for all nations and all peoples. These two things, just like there are two parts of the surah, there are two parts of guidance. The one who's delivering it has amazing character. And then this message itself, how can this be considered a lie? How can this be word of insanity? Those two things, beautifully joined together. Barakallahu li wa lakum fil Qur'an al-Hakim wa nafa'ni wa iyyakum bil ayati wa dhikr al-Hakim. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.